Call the meeting to order, 5:31. Okay, so we do have some changes to the agenda. We're gonna add Ally to do an update on doggies and animals. Okay, and do you have anything to add or change?
In your executive summary, I did add the North Hyde Park scoping study.
Okay.
We received an update on that today,
Okay.
and then the healthcare contributions that I emailed
Yep.
you about.
Okay.
If we want to include them, if not, we can skip right over them and add them to the next agenda.
Okay. Easy enough. Okay, and we're gonna add Ally first, and then she can hit the road if she wants to. Come on up, sweet cheeks. Okay.
So I tried to do this at the last meeting, but you guys got done so quickly. I was sitting there waiting, and Chas is like, we're all done. So Dean and I put together a report for what we've done from June 1st until as of when I sent it to Chas, November 4th.
Yep.
Lots of phone calls, lots and lots of phone calls. So we had 67 calls for stray, missing, dogs running loose. Not all of those 67 calls, right, were picked up and brought to the kennels. A lot of them were just like somebody saw the golden retriever over on 10 Bems that likes to take himself for a walk. He is really funny. He's an older dog. You have probably seen him. He goes out for like 20 minutes, does his thing, and he turns around and goes back home. I couldn't even tell you where he lives down there, but I just leave him alone because he's not going to come do anyway.
Yeah.
He just turns around and runs.
He knows that. So what's the dates on this again? I'm sorry.
June 1st to November.
Okay. Sorry, I forgot.
So lots of calls, you know, like that. Out of all of that, I'd have to confer with Jen, and I did not do that, but we brought a good amount up to the council, you know, for holding, whether it's for a few hours or overnight or a couple days.
Okay.
Farm animal calls, we had 8. Things like, you know, somebody's cows got out, there's chickens running in the road, you know, the neighbor's goat is in my yard, and easily resolvable calls. Most of them are like, well, have you gone and talked to your neighbor?
Correct.
You know, those kinds of things. We had 1 animal cruelty case, which happened in July. That has been an ongoing case with Lamoille County Court and the Sheriff's Department. As of right now, I believe they're slated for an update May 2026 for a pre-trial jury trial.
Till May?
It's ridiculous.
Okay.
We provided 2 assists with animal seizures in other towns, Morrisville, and then helped with Woolcut. We had 27 calls related to cats. A couple of those we did pick up because the condition that they were in, and we just called LVBS ahead of time because they're great.
Okay.
We don't use them. Just
Hey, sorry, can I interrupt for a second?
Sure.
Just for clarification, is it 57 calls total, and then out of those 57 that's what we're talking about, or is 57 plus 8 plus 1?
Oh, so I'll give you the full total at the end. I'm just doing it by section. The first one was 67.
67. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay, cats. So again, out of that, we transported 4 injured kitties.
Okay.
14 dogs we impounded out of the 67 total
Okay.
calls. And a couple of those were surrenders.
Okay.
We had 19 calls for wildlife. Raccoons, skunks.
Oh, but you
kitties.
don't,
No,
okay, I didn't think so.
That
Like, that's
is-
above your
that is
pay grade.
above the ACO title. Those calls are.
Can you come get the
directly-
skunk off my
Yeah.
desk? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. No, I'm gonna know to
Um,
call you.
The most interesting one was there was a family of raccoons living inside someone's house in their closet.
Oh,
And I said, you need to call Warden Coffee.
yeah.
So that was fun. So the total calls we received from the June 1st to November 4th was 142.
Jeez.
Yes.
So are these all Hyde Park, or I know you help other town, I know that
These are.
but this was specifically Hyde Park related.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
Yeah.
And they come in every day. So yes, we're doing lots of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
So I should say, like I said to you, I'll
Mhm.
just read off what I wrote to Chas.
Mhm.
The date range for like the impounded and surrendered should go till 9:30 because we're quarterly with the kennels, so just keep that in mind. I included some in there from after the 9:30 range, just because I felt like it was more of a better total. The Chas said to leave it the way it was, so
Yeah.
but that's it, that's all I got for you.
Any questions, ladies? Comments?
Savannah's got something.
I
No,
know.
I mean, she's the animal cruelty cases that like we've had where animals have had to stay in the kennel for a long time. Is that
The case? Oh, no. So, Detective Lee Ho, beautiful to work with. He got a surrender form signed
okay?
the day of seizure. So that dog was able to be free to go, didn't have to sit and wait for anything. It was beautiful. So we ended up, she was a rough one. She was 27 pounds. We put her in the kennel for a few days until I could get her into the vet, just because of the timing. And then we immediately took her out and I conferred with Alex and we put her in the care of For the Love of Dogs.
Oh, okay.
And she did some medical boarding at LVBS for 30 days because they were the only ones that offered it locally. She rode out to 30 days, gained a little bit of weight, and then she went into foster with Dean Mercer, who's the ACO for Wolcott.
Okay.
And she actually just got adopted
Oh,
on
great.
the 16th of November.
Awesome.
So yeah, and she's a hefty 74 pounds.
I think it was
Holy moly.
She looks
Wowzer.
so good.
I bet.
I
That's
mean,
awesome.
I gotta show
Good.
you a picture now that I said that.
27 to 74 though, that's really sad.
Crazy difference in weight. So this is what she looks like now.
Oh, look
Super
at her.
chubby, right?
Cute.
And then you have Tiggs when she was first picked up. When she. Oh, that's not it. 2 seconds. I have a file. Leo made me do a file. This was Tigger when we picked her up.
Well,
So-
thank you.
Yeah, so she's doing great.
Well, thank you for all that you are doing.
You're welcome.
And we're very fortunate.
Oh, and that doesn't include.
In the other town, I know in the other towns are pretty
Yeah.
fortunate to have you too, by the sounds of things.
Yeah, I mean, we actually have a pretty good collaboration.
Yeah,
Working together, so that's really nice. I don't really work a lot with the other two ACOs from Johnson,
Okay,
like his dean,
sure,
yeah. So that works really nice, but, yeah, it's
good.
been pretty good. There's one thing I guess I do have to ask you.
Okay,
Stowe is gonna be putting on, Stowe Vet is gonna be
Yep.
putting on a animal first aid and CPR.
oh,
Don't know if there's any cost, but
okay,
I can't imagine it would be something.
okay.
Yeah, sure.
Well, let me know.
All the ACOs are gonna go do that.
Okay,
So because I set it up, but
okay, perfect. Okay,
thought it was something we should do.
cool. Thank you.
Did you know that the game warden and the Will County Sheriff's Department officers, including Morrisville too, have the same amount of training for animal cruelty as. Yeah. Just saying. Pretty fun,
Oh,
yeah. Good time, but thanks guys.
well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much and have a great holiday.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye, Ken. Good evening, sir.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good.
I think you're next.
So.
Sorry, I snuck her in ahead of you. I'm sorry. Appreciate that.
So. I am here. Once again to talk about a part of Act 181, the state's. Land Use and Act 250 reform bill. It's probably. Why I'll be coming here for the next 20 years.
Sure.
So.
Steph, do you mind just pulling the microphone?
Oh, yeah. So as I said, for the folks online, I'm here again to talk about another piece of Act 181, which is the state's Land Use and Act 250 reform bill. The last time I was here, we talked about the future land use map for the region and for Hyde Park. Tonight, I'm bringing to you an option that Hyde Park could consider, which is designating an area of the town as a tier 1B area as it relates to Act 250. So this is completely a local municipal decision. I'll go through what tier 1B is.
Okay.
And I'll explain the process. I have a little handout as well. And as always, I've neglected to think about how to make this work for Zoom.
That's okay.
But you'll see this includes both tier 1A and tier 1B. I'm going to give the spoiler that tier 1A is not really going to work for Hyde Park. So we're really going to talk about tier 1B.
Okay.
Thank you, Justin. Justin has the map.
Justin has it.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you, Justin.
So essentially what this would do is change the threshold for Act 250 review for housing and mixed use developments that contain housing from 10 units, a trigger of 10 units triggering Act 250 to 50 units triggering Act 250. As a caveat to that, because you don't have and historically have not had a lot of 50-unit developments in Hyde Park, what it also does is the 5-year, 5-mile rule. So what that means is Act 250 jurisdiction typically is triggered if the same person builds 10 units of housing within 5 years within a 5-mile radius. So even if it's like multiple 2-lot subdivisions can add up to 10 units if they're in the same radius. And that is more likely in a community like Hyde Park, what pulls someone into Act 250.
Sure.
The tier 1B would increase that to 50. people would still need to go through your local zoning and subdivision. They would still need to get the stormwater, state wastewater, state water permits, all the V-Trans access permits.
Okay.
But Act 250 specifically would only be required once someone hit that 50 unit threshold. So areas that are eligible, first there needs to be a municipal opt-in. That's what here to discuss tonight. The community needs a duly adopted and an approved plan, which Hyde Park has. Adopted permanent zoning and subdivision, which Hyde Park has done, and have the based on your own self-certification, administrative capacity to do your local review process. And because you have a local zoning administrator, you feel you can self-certify that, you can do that. It is limited currently under statute to downtown and village centers and surrounding village areas. So Justin, thank you for pulling this up. What that would mean is that Hyde Park, in North Hyde Park, could include basically the pinkish areas in that designation. You could also opt to just do your center districts, which and leave out the bigger open areas because those are the village area. Probably cleaner to do the whole thing if you want to do it. I did give you the chart which said tier 1A as well. That gives a full exemption. One of the reasons that I kind of flagged as maybe not the greatest fit for Hyde Park.
I was gonna ask why you thought that wasn't good for us.
So you need both water and wastewater, and North Hyde Park only has water.
Gotcha.
For tier 1B, it's either or. Honestly, that's the big one. There are also requirements about building height, taking on existing Act 250 conditions, but really that's the threshold.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so this could be reevaluated in the future.
Yeah, it could.
Should stormwater and the wastewater be incorporated in the village?
Yeah, if wastewater were incorporated in the village, you could come back and say, now we want to be a tier 1A.
Okay. Okay. So this is a good thing.
It is a yes.
Positive things.
For
Let's say positive.
for fostering reinvestment in areas like North Hyde Park,
Correct.
a positive thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the Act 250 process adds time, it adds cost.
Correct.
So
Headaches.
And you have your local zoning and subdivision, people still have to meet those rules.
Sure.
So this would allow development without necessarily needing to go through the Act 250 process.
Right.
Correct.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes,
Makes it easier.
it does. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So maybe it's good to highlight how this can go wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you see any negatives?
Yeah.
One comes to mind for me, but
Oh, does it?
I'm sure you have plenty of experience with the process.
So, you know, Act 250 is like a double check on development. I think that where there, you know, if there were a large development where the town did feel, you know, that extra state double check beyond the water, wastewater, and you know, that would not be there. So that is a point. I do know that Stowe has deliberated on doing this, obviously very different development pressures, and chose to do a smaller area than fully eligible because of some of the larger developments like the golf course, where they felt that extra check of Act 250 specifically related to issues like traffic was warranted in Stowe. So I think that would be the one area for the board to think about is, are there times in this specific area where that double check would be, might be
Needed,
Yeah.
yeah.
My only consideration is
Yeah.
it could create a situation where there's a monopoly.
Mm,
One builder comes in and says, I'm going to put in 25 2-unit
But
subdivisions.
but there was that 5-year, whatever you had talked about at the beginning, right?
But that threshold then becomes like a
Right.
50. So
Okay,
I
okay,
s-
got it.
Right,
Yeah.
so we're moving.
We're
from 10 to
removing that,
50,
right?
Which, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah, no, it's discussion,
But
yeah.
I grew up in Burlington and there's some property owner developers who own massive amounts of property who are a massive liability to the city itself. They don't manage their rental properties well. It's created a bit of an issue. I don't think that that's something we necessarily need to consider. It might just be a worst case scenario, right? One
Right.
person comes in, develops a huge portion of the village, and then neglects on their duties as a landlord. All in all, I think it's good to encourage growth in the village. It's exactly what it needs. If we can remove some of that red tape, I think it's beneficial.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, another question, is it possible to classify this as tier 1B and roll that back in the future?
yes, it is. It's a means
Oh,
to
okay.
opt-in. So
So we do have the opportunity.
We can opt out
You-
if we want to.
you could.
We can opt in and opt out if time.
I think it
things
makes sense
change.
for us now.
I do
Mhm.
too.
Many years from now, it gets super developed. Maybe we scale it back.
Exactly, yeah,
Hopefully none of us will all be here.
Right.
At this table.
exactly.
Someone else's.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, when
But-
Seth and LCPC approached us about this, it sounded like exactly what we're looking for.
I agree.
Looking to encourage the growth.
Yeah, I wish Matt was here because Matt's all about the growth, helping the growth, we don't want to overgrow, but we want some growth, right?
Yeah.
Seth, as far as timeline, we have a small board here tonight. If they didn't want to make a decision, do you think the first meeting in December would be appropriate?
it would. So the adoption process is the tier 1B areas can be approved by the state at the same time as the regional plan future land use map is
Okay.
approved. So we at the Regional Planning Commission is preparing to submit the draft map
Mhm.
and draft tier 1B areas in January.
Oh, okay.
So if you waited for the full board for your first meeting
In December?
in December, that would work perfect.
Okay, I think we should, because
Okay.
I'd like Matt and Lance, I'd like their input on this as well.
Okay.
Sorry, we have sick and hunting, so
No.
we're a little short
It is
tonight.
November.
It's November. But I would like their input on this. I
Okay,
think they're gonna be for it, but I still would like their input. I don't know what you girls think, but
This does sound like a unanimous consent.
yeah.
I think it'll be a
Mhm.
5-0,
I do
but I
too.
think that also sends a pretty strong message in the minutes for the future.
Correct.
That this is something we really believed in.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
I did bring the resolution form
Great.
that needs to be filled out for the plan, and I'll ignore the stupid stapler job. Sure. New copier.
didn't even notice. Oh, I didn't either. I was like, mine's not stapled. Oh, see, mine's.
Oh, I just get one of
Yeah.
It was
Hey, it's okay.
remarkably inconsistent on how it's stapled, but managed to do all of them wrong. This is the resolution that you would fill out at that meeting.
Okay, okay.
Would you like me to plan to be here for that discussion?
You know, I think you've given us a great recap. I think
Yeah.
everyone here understands it with the map that you guys provided. I think I'm happy to brief the other teams.
Yeah,
Members and
Yeah.
we can make it happen.
I think we can save you from
We'll get
attending
to that
another
off.
meeting.
That's-
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, maybe we could send this to Matt and Lance too ahead, and if they have questions, they could
Yeah,
reach out before the meeting or whatever, but.
yeah, definitely. happy.
Justin, I'll scan these over to you so you can include them in the documents for tonight.
Yep,
Thank you.
all right,
Great.
great.
Thank you so much
Thank
and have a
you.
great holiday.
You too.
Okay. Jen's on, isn't she?
He is.
Hi, Jen.
Hi,
How are you?
good. How's everyone?
Oh, good.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Awesome.
So where do we want to start, Jen?
I don't know if you guys want to go over the budget committee memo.
Did
It's
you
the
guys-
lengthier of the two.
Did you guys get a chance to look at for
Yeah.
all of her lovely information? It's amazing. Do you have any thoughts, questions on that? We're short. Lance and Matt are both not here tonight, Jen, so.
Sounds like the highway's not done, it's still, I mean, none of them are done, but
Right.
it's more working than the other ones, right?
So most of the first meeting was pretty conservative. The library asked for an increase of $1,400. That didn't include their payroll, benefits, insurance, all that stuff is to be determined. The library trustees would like the opportunity to be able to vote on their final library budget once we set the payroll increase prior to you guys voting on it, so that they can make changes if they'd like to. Yeah, the highway was a working session. I did some analyzation and wanted to give you guys the culvert inventory that we had at the end of FY25, which was the last time we purchased culverts. We actually have like double the value, like almost 4 years worth of inventory. So they have like $66,000 worth of inventory in culverts. And I'm just curious, do we actually need that much inventory for culverts?
Do you know what we've done in the past? Probably not, right?
So it's always been like every other year, 35,000.
No, I realize that part, but as far as inventory, do you know if like that's normal to have that kind of inventory? Did Mark say by chance?
He did not.
Yeah,
And I have just started doing it recently. So
Okay. right.
like it was never done before.
Ah, so we don't really know. Got it. Okay. So I think this comes back to the discussion we had with Mark the day we were kind of going over the budget is the road plan, right? And like thinking about what we need to replace for culverts. I know there's gonna be emergency, there's gonna be stuff that pops up that's not in the plan, right?
Yeah.
But that seems like a crazy amount of culvert to have in stock,
I
but
agree with
but
you.
yet I don't know what they replace in a year either.
Well,
I don't know that.
Hear about culverts that have failed or something's happened.
Right.
And so I don't think there's 2 years worth of culverts needed at a time.
Correct.
And some of the culverts we're talking about failing are much larger than we have in stock.
Yeah.
Right, it's gonna be a project, right? Not necessarily.
FEMA or
Right.
something else.
Right.
You know?
I'm split on this.
Okay,
This does appear to be an excessive amount of backstock. But we have backstock. Some towns don't.
Right, true.
Some towns aren't budgeting for these things, and if they run out of salt and sand or gravel, they're outsourcing that at whatever the current price is in an emergency.
Right.
I think there's a healthy balance. I think the key here is tracking moving forward.
yeah,
And Jen and I have been working on some kind of highway system inventory platform that will track all these things for us.
right,
What we have on inventory, the programs build things like FEMA reimbursements into them. We can have our roads inventoried. They're pretty slick systems. We sat through a demo a couple of weeks ago. We'll be sitting through another to present some options to you guys. But I think that's the key.
yeah, me
We
too.
need to know what our inventory is. We need to start tracking it year over year.
Yep.
Maybe 35,000 needs to be 27,000.
Exact, yeah, exactly.
We don't know that sweet spot because it
Yeah.
hasn't been tracked.
Sure,
So I think Jen is flagging this to say, big question. here.
yeah,
Do we need it? I'm not sure we have enough information to
to
say
know if we do or
either
don't,
direction.
yeah. Yep. But before he goes and orders any more culverts, we should have the discussion. You know, so that's, you know.
It's on our radar.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So. Yeah,
The other topic was,
Yep.
it seems like paving,
yeah,
we want to go to it every other year.
Yep.
So we would be moving the paving budget out of highway and into the highway road construction reserve.
yep,
So we can save and invest the paving funds while creating a paving plan.
Yep.
And I want to caution you as a board that this reserve isn't intended solely for the use of paving. Even though its intention was that when it was created, you can still choose to use the reserve money for any sort of highway road construction. So when you're making the decision to spend out of that reserve, if you're going to put the paving funds in there, you should consider the paving plan before making decisions on spending the money.
so. Jen, because I know we discussed this the day we had our meeting, but if you could refresh my memory. We decided to not separate it, right? Because we talked about making a separate paving reserve, but then we made the decision to put it all together, so we had sort of a little more flexibility on the use of those funds, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so just so you know, that's,
I think Jen's point is that anytime we make a decision to withdraw those funds,
be cautious.
what she just said needs to be called out.
Yeah,
This is intended for paving. We can use it for other uses, but know that if we're withdrawing funds, we have less money for paving.
right, which is not our,
It can put us into a sticky situation.
correct.
So I'm not sure the best fail-safe to put in there to make sure that a future board or a future municipal office
Right,
looks at that in that way and has that disclaimer anytime we go to withdraw the funds. I don't.
it's almost like it needs to be a disclaimer every time we just, because I think
Yeah.
constantly, even us as a board that's been here will need to be reminded, hey, remember, this was for paving. Because the goal is to keep the paving up, right? Because we don't want to fall behind on the paving. That's the other thing they're working on is the paving plan. So that we're not falling behind on that.
And
as
maybe
well.
it's some kind of internal, I'm gonna use the scary P word, but policy
Yeah,
that we create and
no,
when
true.
we put in that says anytime we tap these funds, the select board needs to sign a document that says, we know this is intended for paving.
Yeah.
We're using it for X, Y, and Z. Here's the rationale.
I mean, I
What
don't,
is the internal control?
that's actually, I mean, I know I hate to get policy heavy too, but that's actually not a bad idea in the circumstance. I don't know. Jen, do you have a thought on that idea?
Well, I feel like that should be the case for the use of any reserve is making sure if there's some sort of plan,
Mhm.
that the plan is reviewed and you know what the balance is before you're allocating funds to come out of it. That you like so that you're not brought situation at last minute and
Mhm.
asked to decide that night. Like you need time to review it and make sure it's appropriate.
I really like that plan. What do you guys think? I know that we do get frustrated on last minute, or, you know, when we're, the funds put on us.
To the situation.
And that could be, because I'm sorry, the policy needs to be, I mean, we have a
Mhm.
policy in place for those reserve funds. And that is a way for us to keep a better handle on those reserve funds, right? I mean, that's the point of them. So I do like that idea a lot. And it could be just a generic one for any reserve funds, and it doesn't have to be a deep discussion. I mean, it could just simply be, hey, we have an emergency situation and we need to replace this. We're pulling money from this reserve. Okay,
And in any emergency situation, it's good to pump the brakes.
correct,
Even if it's just a half a second check-in.
correct.
And this is what we're dealing with. This is
Mhm.
what we should be using the funds for.
Yep. I like that plan. And it helps us track the money a little closer too. Okay. Okay, any other things you'd like to specifically call out, Jen?
I guess the roof repair for the garage.
Yep.
I don't, I don't know if they're looking at whether or not we just to patch it or a whole new roof, or if there should be some sort of discussion either this budget season or next year for possible replacement costs scheduled to tear down or redo the entire highway department apartment building.
Yeah, I think
Um,
my thoughts on that were to not this budget season, but to have a plan to do some pricing next summer or, whatever for that building and potentially start a plan for renovation, destruction, whatever it is that we might need to do.
And Jen, I think the big question that you called out was, is this an emergency? And I'm not sure that we have the answer to that yet. There is
Okay.
water leaking into the highway garage. So we need to look to,
And apparently it's been leaking for a long time, as we found out that day.
so, define emergency.
Exactly.
I'm not sure, but we'll have to connect with Mark and better understand the problem. I think
Yeah.
it's worse in the spring.
Sure.
In the
snow
winter
melt.
months, it's not so bad. But when we do get that thaw and lots of rain, I don't know how much water is going into the building.
So with that said, maybe we do have a quick discussion with them about it, and maybe we do put some money in towards a potential patching.
Yep.
Quick repair, then we do a big review of the whole
Well,
building.
and Jen made a great point. Quotes are free.
Correct.
So maybe it's worth having someone come out, look at it, offer a dollar figure to it, but also say,
Advice.
is this a big problem?
Yeah.
That's a
Right.
good idea.
Yep.
This is just a question, because I don't know this. Has the town had capital needs assessments done on all their buildings?
Yes, we did.
The library has a comprehensive one.
Yeah, I feel like we had that done when I first joined the board.
Well, I mean, because you would have thought that that would have been,
No, it's been on the radar.
yeah, well, because I just see it in there, so I
Yeah.
was just wondering.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if they had that.
I feel like we did.
Because, I mean, if it was, then that, I mean, if we had capital needs assessments done on all the buildings, there should be like a nice thing, and it should have been.
Let me reach out to Ron, unless Jen knows of something that
It would
exists.
be nice for you to have
It
it.
might have
so then
even
you
been-
could
I-
look
before
and see,
her.
like
Sure.
what's in there, because there could be other things that like, oh, like they're predicting that we need to have, X, Y, and Z done in the next 5 years, and we can look ahead, and the stuff like this wouldn't, because I'm just seeing that it said on here that it said that looking at the capital. So I just didn't know, because we just got ours in it.
They're old buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're just very helpful to have looking ahead.
Ask Ron. I feel like this was a thing when I first came on.
Sure.
I feel like there was something being done or in the works.
That's a great
They
point.
could prevent
Yeah.
these kinds of things.
Yeah, maybe
They'll
there's
catch
something,
that
if
stuff.
it exists, maybe there's something else on there.
And if they don't exist, then maybe we should, they should exist.
Yeah. Yep.
But I didn't know what they were at first, so now I do, and they're great.
So I know Guy on Paul had one too. But anyway, okay. Anything else, Jen, specific you'd like to call out for us?
So the town assessors, listers, they're gonna have a substantial increase because of the reappraisal that's happening. It was discussed that the assessor hours related to reappraisal should not be taken from the reappraisal fund. Because that's for the contract that's going to be eaten up with the NEMRIC contract.
Yep.
And we're not going to be in a really great position for the next reappraisal that should be coming down the pipeline in the next 8 years, I think is the new schedule. The listers are considering coming to you at the end of the first year of appraisal to reassess their stipend for a possible increase rather than the $100 that was agreed on in FY26.
Okay.
Because they feel like They'll have drastically higher hours compared to non-reappraisal years. Excuse me. So yeah, and I just thought I'd throw it out there that we could look at the end of that year if there was any unused assessor salary that we could move it to the reappraisal fund to help.
Yep. Yep. There probably isn't a way, and I think things were done a lot differently, but the last time we had an appraisal, was there a way to like know how many hours were spent? But I don't think was it subbed out then? It might have been. So there
It
might not-
was
Okay.
through NEMRIC.
That's what I figured. Okay. Bummer. It just would be nice to know so they would know too, like approximately what they're gonna have into it.
Yeah.
But there's no way to know.
Well,
Okay.
my understanding is that they're just assisting
NEMRIC.
NEMRIC in data collection,
Got it. Okay.
so it might not be too substantial.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
The cemetery commissioners, Kim Lambert, and I gave them like a 5 or 6 year outlook on what's been happening
Yes.
with their appropriations, and they've been underfunded, and they have a substantial reserve that they brought over when the town took on their finances. But it's still like a shortcoming of, anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000 a year. And so they asked for a $7,000 increase due to rising costs and lower sales of plots. A lot of the cemeteries are filling up, and more people are going to cremation rather than natural burial. So I don't know if you guys want to go the full 7 or if you want to meet them halfway. There's some I think wiggle room if we need to with some of these presentations. If we find where we need to cut, or if you want to ask them to come visit with you. They were interested in utilizing the Survey Monkey that the town subscription now holds.
Oh, okay.
They want to know citizens take on natural burial. And
Oh, that's actually a nice idea.
yeah, so they're going to do that at around town meeting.
Oh, okay, great. Okay.
Recreation, they wanted to lower their revenue because of loss of tournaments
Yeah.
and concession money.
Yeah.
They wanted to keep their budget the same for expenses. And there is a reserve of $4,200, almost $4,300 that has been used in the past to help offset their revenue shortfalls. So if you needed to, we could dip into that reserve. Animal control didn't present. They didn't anticipate a change. However, there's some talk about the kennel lease. So we'll have more on that after some discussion. And the fire department wanted to increase $7,600. They moved a lot of their budget around based on their actuals. The biggest increase is due to salaries, since training bonuses were given to encourage attendance. And they're asking for a $3,000 increase for gear because they'd like to purchase 3 sets a year for their replacement schedules for pants and coats for turnout gear. And then there was a discussion about the equipment reserve that was used prior to purchase those capital items. And now whether or not additional funds should be added to the reserve for other capital items. So it used to be $12,000 into into the shared capital equipment reserve
With North Hyde
and
Park.
with North Hyde Park.
Okay.
A thought I have on that reserve is it is for it's for buildings, it's for fire equipment. So when we take on the bond for the fire department addition, we're going to have to add at least, I think it's like $27,000 for the first year in interest fees
Okay.
for the bond for our loan liability.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about funding it out of that. Don't know what your thoughts are if they're purchasing their gear and other equipment out of their regular fire department budget on giving them anything additional on top of that.
Yeah, and this kind of goes back to our conversation about the highway reserves, right? Kind of the same idea with the fire department. Because we've pulled from that for a lot of different things, haven't we?
Yeah.
Okay. But it's okay because we kind of use it for everything for the
Yeah,
fire
we just put for
department,
radios,
right?
didn't we?
No,
Yes, they just paid for radios out of
Oh, I
there.
thought that was NEMS.
No, we did, we did pull some for, Fast Squad, but then Ryan came a couple weeks. later
Oh,
with
right.
Radios,
That's right. That's
there
right.
were two separate ones,
That's right.
yeah.
So right now, I don't know if you want to go above and beyond for the loan liability. And we can definitely discuss that in like a future meeting where we just
Yeah.
focus on reserve planning.
I'd like to see, because the taxpayers voted on the bond, so I think I'd like to see what it does to the budget when it's all in there as a live, without pulling from the reserve. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
And then I want to see it, but you know what I mean? I'd like to see it both ways.
But you're right, they did vote for it, so
Right, so that
you have to
increase,
expect.
correct. So I'd hate to shortfall somewhere when that was already approved, but I also want to respect the budget too, so. So I'm kind of, I'd like to see it.
And there's also a hybrid option. You know, pull
True,
part,
a little bit,
Or something.
yeah, half and half.
if we need to soften the blow.
True.
Yep.
So I think I'd like to see the full blow.
Yeah.
And then we can see what we can do after that, if that makes sense, Jen.
Okay.
You know, and then we obviously just more discussion on it, but and kind of go from there.
The Fast Squad didn't come to present their budget, but they provided a write-up, and it's a decrease of almost $3,000. I'm not sure.
Perfect, that pays for the $3,000 increase of the fire department. Right? We'll just flatline it. No, I'm just kidding. Jen doesn't find me funny.
It just, I mean, if they didn't present it, does that make sense if we're, because they came and asked for more money for radios, they probably don't need more radios, but is there something else they're gonna need later on that
Oh.
we're gonna? It's scary to take money away. I like it.
I
but
agree. No,
Everything's going up, that doesn't make sense.
so that's I have that same thought on things when we're decreasing, like when you're eventually gonna have to catch up.
Yeah,
And that always scares me.
yeah.
So I like to be in the middle somewhere, you know?
And Brad and I have discussed elevating the license of the first response squad from basic life support to advanced life.
That's
support.
right. We talked about that at the
Because
meeting.
we
Yeah.
Have some more advanced EMTs on the squad.
Yeah.
Where we would likely have to purchase medications and equipment to support that licensure.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I mean,
there's-
if they've always had that in their budget, why would we take it out? That just seems silly.
That's what they asked for, which is right. I don't-
Brad wasn't able to make the budget meeting. He was on the night shift and had to go home and get some sleep. So maybe we just bring them back for a discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
That's
it
a
would
good
be
idea.
good,
Maybe
because,
project out for some more longer term.
I mean, it would,
yeah,
I mean, even if we started like a fast squad reserve,
no, absolutely.
like
It's becoming as needed,
situations
yeah,
that happen, like radios.
and that stuff's
Stuff-
expensive.
Exactly.
I mean,
You never know what's gonna happen, but if it's in there and it's been approved every other year. And it, we're getting, more members are joining and people
Right.
are wanting to join, it seems silly to now.
that are more experienced, so we can
Exactly.
do more, yeah.
And not only that, but then maybe it can help keep some of the NEMS calls down, I mean, not down, but like,
No.
help. It just seems like silly to take it out all of
No.
a sudden,
I agree.
when it's something like that.
Yeah. I don't know, I struggle.
When their
with
budget's already
lowering-
so low.
with emergency services.
Their
Like,
budget's already
it's
so
like
low.
it's so important. Yeah, still so low. Yeah.
I mean, even with that $3,000 in there, it's less than $10,000.
Yeah. For all they do, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, NEMS and Sheriff's Department, we're right around 3%, 3.5.
And then we get to the electric bill.
And the electric department. So, right, that affects us. The 20% increase.
Jen, did you have anything on
Oh.
NEMS or the sheriff's?
Sorry,
department?
I kind of skipped ahead.
So they're in the supporting documents.
Okay.
But yeah, for you guys to review. Uh, yeah, Scott said he could come in January once they've finalized their 2025 budget for comparisons. And then I think the sheriff's department always comes to present. And then I don't know if they like sign a contract or you guys sign a contract with them prior to this or after.
I don't think they're gonna present.
I think what they do is they take a straw poll. They present the proposed figure. If everyone's in agreement, then they circulate the contract
Oh, okay,
for
yeah,
signatures. That's what I
Okay.
remember from.
yes, yep.
We got notice that attorney fees are increasing $10 an hour for each position held at the law firm. Last year, or for this year, we increased 5,000 to cover costs associated with Morrisville sand and gravel dispute. And I think as long as we don't have any other litigation or whatever, I think that, the 15,000 that we have budgeted should be appropriate, but I don't necessarily know all the legal stuff, so I guess I would need your opinion.
We might want to increase it a little bit.
Okay. Do you want to discuss that on December 1st?
Yes,
Our
I
administrative.
do, when we have the admin meeting, Jen. Yes, great idea. And I'll present my thoughts on that. Yeah.
Okay. Other than that, healthcare rates, I can't believe it. Only 1.09% increase compared to last year's 9.4.
Can't even believe it.
And
Jump
dental
on it. Sign the documents.
and dental and vision, there was no increase for 2026. Vision, we don't pay as an employer, only employees pay, but yeah. So, and then COLA is anticipated to be 2.8% for 2026. The CPI doesn't get published until early January. And I just didn't know if the select board had a goal for a budget number increase for salaries that you'd like to shoot for. Do you want to do 2.8 based on COLA or 3% like we did last year? Or is there something different you'd like to consider?
And Jen, the highway contract is 3.5.
The union for July for this year, FY26 was 3.5%.
We haven't, speaking of that, have you heard from the union?
No, Ryan reached back out on Monday. They've been a little incommunicado.
Okay, I just realized that because
So
we want to do that before the budget. Yeah,
He's dedicated
I-
to making that meeting happen soon.
I figured. Okay, I haven't even. Okay, cool. I think let's go with 3%. Or I'm just saying that without asking you guys what you think.
Yeah.
I think that's.
I think that should be, yeah.
We'll shoot for that. How about that?
Yep.
What about budget increase overall? Any thoughts? What did we increase last year?
I
We had a-
believe it was like 5.8.
Okay. I don't want to do more than that, I can tell you that.
No.
Can we shoot for 5?
3 to 5?
3 to 5? Yeah, 3 to 5. 3's probably dreaming, but
I know.
wouldn't that be nice? We never know though.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody else has come across it from 3 to 5, right? Any increase,
20% electric increase.
right?
That's only part of it though, I mean.
You know, like all the community, excuse me, communities, all the departments came through pretty much around 3 to 4% increases. So we're gonna have to do at least that, right? I mean.
Yeah.
We don't have to, I guess, but I think we may need to. Cause it looks like. Do you have a total on here? Where's my total? Oops, that's not. Cause there's a percent change for each one, Jen, but do you have a rough average? I don't even want to say it out loud because then people.
Yeah, I don't,
Okay,
there's too many factors that are undetermined right
yeah,
now.
yeah,
But I will say that I do have it set at 3%, and most of the healthcare rates are accurate.
Mhm.
And it, revenues are down,
Right,
so it's, it'll be tricky to hit your goal. I'll just say that.
of 3 or of 5?
3 to 5. It will be
Okay.
tricky.
Okay,
I need to get with Justin on December 4th to talk about the grand list, because a lot of that depends on the grand list number, which normally isn't like, the estimate isn't finalized until January, because
right,
there's still a lot that can happen
Yeah.
in the first 6 months of 2026. So
yeah. Okay. Well, as always, I highly appreciate all the work that you've been doing to get this done for us. And next week we will have the admin meeting and then we have the North Hyde Park budget meeting. So we'll be adding in that kind of stuff. Right?
yes,
And that's all we have left. Correct?
and fine tuning revenues and
Well,
yeah,
right,
and
right,
looking at reserves, but yes,
right. The fine tuning part, but as far as departments go, that will be the last of it.
yes.
And then we can start fine tuning and talking reserves, etc. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay, think you guys have any other questions for her on that part of it? No? Is that a no?
No.
Okay. There is a regular memo. Oh, the paving. Let's talk about the paving invoice. So it did come in more like we expected, right? Or did not expect, but it came in more.
Correct.
Sick. So what are we saying is the reasoning behind this? Do we know?
There were some additions
Okay,
to what was going to be paved after we signed the contract while Hutchins was here.
okay,
There's a pad, Main Street intersection. That was actually not there. There's 3 or 4 things that were paved. One of them is over in your neck of the woods
oh, that's right,
to address some lingering issues.
Okay.
I would wish and hope in the future that those things are highlighted while we're in the RFP process.
correct.
And we're not just adding on additions without authorization.
Well, it really affects bids because other people come in and so.
Correct.
I just went with this one and then that, I don't know.
We
It
went
messes
with a
with other
higher
people.
bidder and then tacked
Yeah.
on more
Yeah.
changes.
Yeah, the whole,
I don't like it. I mean, there's
No,
nothing
me
you can
either.
do and we have to pay the bill, but I don't like
Correct.
this one bit.
no, me either. The process in this one definitely was not done good, right? Let's,
Mhm.
I think we need to just admit that it was not a good process.
I agree.
So moving forward, we won't do that again, right? Well, I mean, that's our plan for the paving, right? To
It is.
have a better plan differently, bid differently, so.
And if we know of lingering issues, we just really need to capture them from the
Correct.
RFPs. We need to have some proactive thinking, not
Yep.
we're just gonna push out a paving RFP
Correct.
and then walk back on that. And you guys authorized a very specific amount of money.
We did.
And unfortunately, we overspent that.
Okay,
Unfortunately, we gotta pay the bills.
We
so
do.
I move to approve the all-state construction paving invoice for $169,373.43.
for the second,
I'll second that.
okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, abstained, okay. Cool. Okay, the appreciation bonuses, which we do every year. I'm just looking it over again. I don't know if we want to change that, if we want to do anything different. What thoughts are on this?
I don't think we can change it.
Okay. Oh, yay, we're getting paid. Woo! Sweet.
I make a motion to approve the proposed appreciation bonuses for FY 26 for the town of Hyde Park employees as presented for payroll processing, including the pay date, included in the pay date of December 12th, 2025.
Great, to have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed, abstained. Okay, great.
Hey, quick question. I was looking at Jen's finance memo. It has Jeff Baker. Is that who you want to be approving?
No,
doesn't
he's at
have-
0. He's not in
he
it.
is.
This is last year, then under this year, it's got nothing. It's
Right.
got- yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, yep, sorry about that. Cool.
Okay. Okay. Think is that it, Jen?
Yes.
Okay, not is that it? Thank you very much. And we're signing all the warrants, so we'll get those approved later in the meeting, but. Good. So we'll, because you guys haven't looked at these yet, so we'll wait on those. Okay. Sorry. Okay, Jen, if you're good, you can scoot out.
Okay.
Unless you want to hang out with us, but have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
You as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, you're up there, Mr. Alex.
So the first thing I wanted to touch on was the Lemoyle County Sheriff's Department patrol contract.
Okay, yep.
We do have a 3.5% proposed increase. Last year it was $497,086. The proposed fiscal year 26-27 is $514,484. Curious as to whether or not you guys want Sheriff Marcoux to come and present that budget, or if you folks think that's a reasonable increase. Given their circumstances, their issues with recruiting and retention, and the need to become more competitive. Inside of their outline, which was included in Jen's budget memo, is a substantial investment from the sheriff's department itself to offset the operational costs. Historically, those were $15,000-$30,000. I think it's up to like 192. I'd have to look at the specific figure, but they're reinvesting quite a bit to keep this patrol venture alive.
Right.
So the sheriff's department at this point is looking for a straw poll from the select boards as to whether or not you guys think this is a reasonable figure. If you do, I would just ask that you authorize me to sign the contract when it does come.
Do you want him to come in?
I mean, last year, I don't think they raised it
No.
at all, did they?
No, I went to a meeting last year.
I don't think I have that packet.
He did,
Yeah.
they did a meeting at the sheriff's department that I attended last year.
I remember, yep.
Because the other towns wanted him to do that. So if he decides to do that, it didn't look like, based on the email, it was just Evan.
Yeah, it was just Johnson.
Jens Johnson that was interested in, I think more because he's new to the board and he wanted an explanation.
And then they ended up canceling because they had a budget meeting conflict.
Correct.
So my 2 cents for what it's worth. I think that they're in a bit of a situation. They need the 3.5% increase to remain competitive.
Yeah.
And keep providing us that service. To me, in today's world, this is a necessary cost.
Yep. Like I said, the emergency services, man,
Mhm.
this is a huge one.
I authorize the town administrator to execute the FY 26-27 patrol contract with the Lamoille County Sheriff's Office as presented.
Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Great. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained. Okay. 19 River Run.
So this one's a bit involved.
Okay.
It's a FEMA flood buyout that we began some title search on, and the state had a bunch of questions that they wanted Dave Rue's opinion on. So I did include his email. Somewhere inside of your packet. So
Yeah,
it can
it's
be
right
in
here.
the supporting documents.
Yep.
Dave finds significant issues with the title search and the deed history. Specific things to call out is the inclusion in the 10 Bends declaration and the Moyle Valley Property Association. So we'd essentially be entering into a housing association.
Oh,
We would become a partner on the 10-person board, and they would have say over what we do with the property. There's questions that Dave has called out on whether or not we could even close on this property. The way
Okay.
that it is. We'd essentially be looking to the property owners of the association to quitclaim deed us off of the association and all the rules that govern it. Dave is very cautious about this one.
yeah,
He's not sure that we want to invest the time or the effort or the money
okay,
in a venture that we might not be able to close on.
Right.
If we don't close and we don't become the owners, we don't get reimbursed through the flood buyout grant.
okay.
My indication or initial impression is no.
Oh.
I don't think that we want to close on this property. It is in a significant floodplain, so there are potential benefits of having this property, using it as a green space, and maybe the floodplain restoration folks come in and actually remove the grade, and we just create more space for water. Flooding is an issue. So there are some potential upsides. I think the downsides.
Outweigh.
Yeah,
It sounds like they do, yeah. Okay,
Stephen was cautiously optimistic that we could work through this process.
okay,
And his impression was it wasn't as big of a lift as Dave is summarizing in his email.
okay.
So I'm not sure if you guys want to digest that email a little bit. I can try to prod Dave for some more information.
Sure.
Maybe an estimate on what he thinks the time and money would cost.
I think that would be good,
See
maybe
if
to
we could
have.
absorb it should we not be able to close on the property. But at this point, all indications are moving to the direction that this is not going to be
Yeah.
a worthwhile effort for us.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate for the homeowner. They will have to attempt to sell a house that's in a floodplain.
Yeah,
And this process is meant to buy those out. It's just anything to do with 10 bends
exactly.
has been a significant issue.
Yeah. No. So yeah, maybe if Dave could give us some cost numbers, and then maybe we could revisit the conversation, but
It's just at the point in the conversation where I wanted you guys to be looped in, so you
Yeah.
have the information. We do have to track down some association members
sure.
and interact with them a little bit. Maybe they're willing to help
Sure.
the town out.
Yeah,
It would be a deviation from our past experiences,
yeah,
but maybe it will happen.
okay,
Unsure.
okay.
The 183 Main Street project. So this is MSI's project down at
PH Edwards.
PH Edwards. That's what we call the building. It was a bit of a scramble the last couple of weeks. Aaron, the project manager, reached out to our office. Said, is there anything you can do to help? We need this 1111 permit. Me and Mark went down and met with the project manager. We looked at it. It's really not the great time or best time to be tearing up Main Street as the snow is falling and the ground is freezing. That project is complete as of this morning. They dug it up. They ran the water lines. They ran the electric. They have a working sprinkler system, so they can actually do some renovations over the winter.
Which is exciting.
So, you know, it required half a dozen people coming together to push the project forward. And, you know, big thanks to Scott Johnston, who is leading a lot of this. So they're going to be renovating a entire construction season ahead of when they thought they could. So that's good for us. It's good for the village.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the project move forward.
Yeah.
What are they planning to do with it?
All sorts of stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be mixed use.
Yeah,
good.
But all of the uses will be of benefit to the town and the
Yeah.
village.
Offices, apartments, all the things.
So we'll start on a high note and then come back to the North Hyde Park scoping study. It looks like the final plans are off in V-Trans hands for the preferred alternative. The deadline for that and when it is planned to be reviewed is December 23rd. Which does not give us turnaround time for the transportation alternative program application for the grant. So I think we're going to miss this funding season, which is kind of a bummer, but I think it also gives us some time to really evaluate the project, do some capital planning,
Yep.
and ensure that we can support a project of this size,
Yep.
Regardless of the funds that we do receive from TAP. So a minor setback, but we do have plans now. It's in V-Trans hands for comment, and we can shelf it for next season.
Yeah.
Whether we decide to do a big project in the village with sidewalks or North Hyde Park, we have the scoping study on hand. It's thorough. They're good plans. So that's where that project's at. That brings us to healthcare contributions. So when we sent out the open enrollment documents this year, I noticed that there was some conflicting information between a few of the plans. So MVP develops a template that towns can then plug information into. Highlighted in orange is a note that says if an employee selects a less costly plan, then these amounts may cover 100% of the plan premium. The employee does not receive the difference. So the town contributes 89% and we budget for the platinum level plan. All but one of our employees selects the platinum plan. So that is our contribution. So that's on the right-hand side underneath 89%. So the max that we can pay is $3,041.57 if we're contributing to a family plan. This note in our employee policy differ. Our employee policy says that the town will contribute 89% of whatever plan the employee selects. My solution to you guys, or something for you to ponder, is if a employee does select a less costly plan, would the town cover 100% of the premium? It is a reduction in the amount that the town would pay. The employee gets less good health coverage. The plan is not as good, it has higher premiums, but that would be a perk for the employee to decide. Do they want to put more money back in their paycheck and have a a less good plan than the platinum? Or do they want to continue with the platinum and contribute to that? So I did offer one breakdown.
I was just gonna say, that's what I want.
As an example, it's all the way at the bottom. As
Oh,
a
there it is.
reference, the platinum family plan, the town share is $3,041.57. If that employee were to switch to the gold plan, the savings would be $175.37 a month for the town.
Ah, okay.
So that could be, I mean, if a family knows that they don't go to the doctors a lot, or if they maybe have an HSA that has a lot of money in it that they've carried over from somewhere else, that they know they're gonna be able to cover the deductibles themselves, and it's a high deductible plan, then they might choose to do a different plan.
So in the one employee's situation where they do have a less costly plan for budgeting purposes, it would be a negative impact to the town for this next fiscal year. Because we have specifically budgeted for that employee who has been with us for more than 1 year and the cost of that plan. Any future employees, we could be on the hook for less of the premium. It would benefit the town in the long run. So something to ponder. This is a fairly common situation in a lot of towns. They
Mhm.
offer, here's the plan, here's what we're going to cover. If you choose something that costs less, here's how, and maybe it's adjusting from 89 to 95% and not 100.
Right.
There's many different ways to skin that cat.
Sure.
But I think allowing the employee to make that decision, if they know their financial situation or the HSA, if they don't utilize the doctor, many different variables.
Yeah.
And I'm also curious how the 89 and 11% was developed.
Not a clue.
I've
I'm
seen-
sure it was a negotiation and they wanted,
I'm sure.
they
yeah.
probably wanted 90 and they got 89 or
We were
something.
the same way.
Yeah,
at school.
I've seen a lot of 85-15s, a lot of 90-10.
We were
Yeah.
83 or 80, we were something similar at school.
Yeah, so
That was
I'm sure. I don't even know when that was done. Yeah.
This may be
I have
another
a question.
Yeah, Justin.
Just regarding regarding the health insurance. If a full-time employee has health insurance through another provider, does the town do anything in recognition of that, like
Yeah,
cost savings or anything?
There's an opt-out.
There's a buyout.
There is. Okay.
Yeah.
This may be another situation where you'd like the full board
Yeah.
to review. I'm just flagging this. We have been sending out conflicting documents.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what started the conversation.
I like this.
I do too. Yep. Too.
And
And I think this is, I think what you suggested is common.
It is.
I think that's a. But yeah, we can vote on it officially at the next meeting,
Okay.
maybe?
Yeah,
Is that?
I think it's a good idea.
So Justin, we'll just
Yeah.
make a note to add that to the next meeting's agenda.
Yeah.
Yep, you got it.
Thank you, sir. All right. That is all of my updates to the executive session.
Okay. Justin, do we
Yeah.
really need to even sell that laptop?
No, so that was part of
I'm like, can it just be a spare for the $300 that we might get for it? Like, I don't know. Do people even buy a used computer?
Justin's
I was
proposing
gonna
to,
ask because I
Oh.
personally need a laptop for my own like personal
Oh,
use.
I misunderstood that.
No, that's okay. So yeah, I wasn't sure what Hyde Park would have planned for this computer. If it would just sit in storage somewhere, if you want to sell it, if you want to try to utilize it. A little bit of it. So our December 3rd meeting at the North Hyde Park Eden Fire Station,
Mhm.
I have another budget meeting that has been rescheduled from 5 to 7 that day. And I'm wondering a couple different things, whether I need to be there in person or not, for you folks, or Zoom. And if Zoom was or is acceptable, if you would like to bring this laptop to the station with you because it's already pre-signed into Zoom, etc. So you can just open it up and hit record, and I'd be there remotely or whoever.
No, you don't usually, you didn't go last year.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I've been the last couple years.
You did?
Yeah, I think every year actually since 2022. 23.
Do you have to be?
I don't
Eden-
have to be.
Eden's recording. Why do we have to?
No, I think,
We
I
each
think-
need our own meeting minutes.
yeah.
So if you have a recording, I can take minutes off of that, or Savannah or whoever can take meeting minutes, and I can beef them up, or just do as you wish. So completely up to you folks with my attendance.
I'd rather take minutes than set up Zoom and do all. this.
Me
We don't
too.
need to, So.
Yeah, Savannah and I can take notes.
I'll just note that we are statutorily obligated to record the meeting.
Oh, jeez.
How you want to do that is up to you, whether you want to do that by Zoom or on a phone and just.
I was gonna
hit
say, I
record.
can do it on my phone.
Yeah, as long as
With
people can be
Eden,
heard.
if
No.
they're gonna be recording, we can
I
just.
think they,
retain-
I think they expected Justin to do it last year.
Yeah, so
Well, then they
let's-
can do it this year.
Because they were waiting for you to come to do it, Justin, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we can ask.
remember I was doing
Justin,
it
can you
before.
reach out to them and confirm whether or not they'll be recording? If they
Yeah.
are, we just use theirs as long as they promise to send it to us. If not,
Yep.
we'll figure out.
We'll use a phone.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll reach out to them.
It was snowing and I remember we all followed each other out.
So bad.
I can always donate my laptop for the night too.
For me too.
Yeah.
I've got Zoom on mine actually too. Okay.
And then yeah, with the laptop, yeah, up to the select board if you want to be at the town office as a backup, or if you want to sell it. Yep.
I don't know, should we have a backup? We probably should, shouldn't we? Or no? I don't know. Do we need, I don't know. Do we need a
And I
backup? No?
and no major
Like, why
pressure
they-
either.
I know it's
It's
probably
gonna-
already out of date.
It's gonna just.
Sit
if you
there and
don't
collect
use it, make
dust.
it so slow and.
Okay, forget it. Let's sell it. You want it, Justin? Make me an offer.
Yes, please.
Yeah. you
I but looking at what did you folks see the screenshots and the
Yeah.
estimate-ish?
Yeah.
So that's my quick review, but I do want to look into see because I remember we beefed up this laptop at some point, and I think that's worth something still. There's also a crack in here, which is my own doing. So but yeah, does that estimate range of what I sent pending a few here or there for the storage make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Does to me. Does it to you, Savannah? You're more tech savvy than me.
I hope the math made sense. If you-
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. And I believe, Alex, correct me if I'm wrong, but the select board doesn't need to take any action if it's a sale of $500 or under.
Okay.
Correct.
Very good.
So make a deal with Alex.
500, not a penny more.
That's right. Exactly. $4.99.
Okay.
What? Speak up. I don't
No.
know. What are you gonna say?
No, I'm good. No, I'm totally good.
Okay.
I'm good. I think if you leave it in a closet somewhere, it's never gonna get used and it's gonna. You know, it's gonna be silly stuff.
Okay.
Perfect.
This did spark a larger conversation. Currently, we're depreciating our laptops every 4 years
Hmm.
in computer assets. Through my research after Justin brought
It's
this up,
3, isn't it?
it's 6.
Really? We do 3 at my work.
Yeah. It depends on usage and condition. But anecdotally, Jen has said that we've been replacing some things that are in perfect working condition.
Ah, okay.
Because they're up in the rotation. So, either we use 3 or 4 and
Okay.
we're replacing things that work, or we do 6, and then at year 5, we're like, oh.
6 is a long time for
Yeah,
computer,
6 is a long time for a computer.
So
but you know.
just something we're looking at.
Well, and just because it's fully depreciated doesn't mean we need to get rid of it.
Correct.
I mean, there's that too, like then you actually own something, that feels pretty good. If it's still working, I mean, that's my opinion, but.
Then
So,
at least we have budgeted for it. and we have the
yes, well, true, yes. Okay. Did you see my notes on the newsletter, Justin? I actually had some insight this month, weren't you proud?
I was very impressed. Thank you very much.
I know,
I sent you something, Justin.
you did too?
Yep.
Oh, look at us.
Actually, I got quite a few responses for it being one day. I was impressed with
Nice.
that. Yeah, I got some from Mary Waltz as well, and from Guion Valley Hall.
Awesome.
And
Are they
Yeah.
talking about the wreath lighting?
Let's just get.
Because that's what
a
mine
good
is.
question. Let's see, what did they give me for a comment?
You can put it in there twice, but that's what mine is.
Let's see, they have... Yes, that's what it is. The annual lighting of the wreaths.
Okay, so maybe I don't need to put all mine in.
Do I need to sign them?
Yes.
These.
And they probably say a few different things, so I'll tailor them up
Okay,
to what's appropriate with each section, so everyone's saying something.
okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. But other than that, if you have any comments for the newsletter, let me know.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm good for meeting minutes if you folks are.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll approve the October
We
20.
can't though, there's no quorum, I wasn't here.
Oh,
Oh, shoot, we can't.
you're
Just kidding.
Just kidding. We'll move that to the next one. Good call.
good work.
Okay.
That felt so long ago.
So,
I wish I was back where I was during that meeting.
select board meetings. Are you guys proud? No, we're just gonna, I'm doing a little
Okay,
reminder.
fine, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I went through and read the minutes and put them all in my phone when y'all changed them.
And I sent an email specially telling everybody
I
when they
didn't get
were.
it.
Didn't I? I thought I did.
No, I found them in the minutes,
I thought I sent.
or I found them in the, something Justin had sent out with all the changes to the minutes. That's how I knew there wasn't one on the 11th.
Okay, so we have next Wednesday, the 3rd at the North Hyde Park Fire Station.
Yeah.
At 7 p.m.
Got that one.
So, oh, it's
Correct.
at 7?
Yes.
Oh, I wrote 6 to 7. Ooh,
I,
good call.
Justin, he sent another email changing it. I just
Okay.
looked today and updated
7
mine.
o'clock, great.
And then Tuesday, December 9th is our select board meeting.
Fine,
And then,
the 30th.
30th.
oh, I don't have that. Why is that not showing up in my
I
phone?
don't know, that's what I got in my.
No, it is.
We moved the 23rd to the 30th.
Yeah. It's weird. Okay, and then December 30th is another regular.
And then we did 3 in January back to back, just in case.
Correct, the 13th, excuse me, the
20th.
20th is the
Mhm.
one that's a question one, right?
Yeah.
Depends if we need it or not. But so we'll have the 13th and 27th regular meetings, the 20th potential budget meeting.
Great.
Okay, cool. And I also want to, what we didn't add to the agenda is the zoning. Didn't we need to make a motion? We didn't, we just need to tell them
Steven's researching it.
if we need to have a motion.
I had a conversation with him today.
Okay, but we can talk about it.
Yeah, we sure can.
Okay, I was like, okay,
We're not sure if there's a statutory obligation
Okay.
to do so.
okay. So, Scott Johnson, the gentleman that's helping the village, electric department. I stayed for the trustees meeting on Thursday and they are in need of a zoning person because Brian was doing the zoning and they have 4 or 5 permits down there that are sitting needing to be approved. So at their meeting, they're like, we don't know what to do. So I spoke up and said, well, maybe this is something the town could help you with. We have Stephen. So Stephen, Alex and I met with Scott on yesterday, and Stephen has graciously agreed to help on the hours that he's working here. Like, it's not going to be anything additional. He has the bandwidth. So we are going to help them push those permits along and help them for the time being.
Okay.
So great conversation.
Absolutely.
We're getting, like, Steven's looking into the logistics of making sure can even be approved to sign them. You know, et cetera, and gonna kind of dive into their zoning rules and regulations or whatever, but. So I thought that was a good way that we could help the village and the town and offer the services we have, so,
Scott seems fantastic.
very much so.
It was a wonderful meeting.
It was.
That the village is in great hands.
Yep, I agree very much. And I think that was all I had for updates. Yeah.
And Scott at the village, he is
The interim manager.
Yep, the interim manager helping with, because Brian retired. The town manager, the village manager. So Scott is from the Morrisville Electric Department and they're sharing, he's kind of doing both utilities and helping the village with other things as well.
he says last name's Johansson.
No, Johnston?
Johnston. Okay.
It's like an E at the end or something.
Yeah, it's spelled differently, Justin. I can.
I can look it up too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You can find it in many news articles.
Yeah, exactly. Every news article online, probably. He's being interviewed.
Yeah,
Oh,
Reddit has very interesting conversation about it.
there you go. Okay, so we need to go into executive session.
I'm make a motion that
We have to
Got it.
recognize. the-
Recognize.
thanks,
Yep.
that executive session is needed for Title 1, Section 313 for contracts. Am I doing this already?
Yes, you're doing good. Do I have a second?
A second.
Okay, who's gonna be included? Do we need to keep Justin? Should we? Justin, if you wanna go, you can.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, now I make the motion to go into executive.
Correct. Second.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstain. Okay, so we are now out of executive session, no action needed.
I make a motion to approve the warrants.
I'll second that.
Great, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, abstained. Okay, motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, perfect.
Second that.
Second, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed, stay.
Great, thank you.
Great. Have a great Thanksgiving, you guys.